everyone! It is a wonderful day to start a new lesson. But before we start, I have a question. Do you have a research assignment? Oops, don't tell me that you will go to Google and start copy-pasting. Well, there's nothing wrong with that, but make sure that you will be acknowledging the person behind your borrowed ideas. So for today, our lesson is about using conventions in citing resources. Let's start! So first, what is APA? APA stands for the American Psychological Association. And what is the use of APA? So the American Psychological Association is the most commonly used style in documentation in citing sources within social sciences like education, business, psychology, etc. There are two areas in referencing source of written works. First one is the in-text citation, which is found within the body of the text, and then the reference list or bibliography, which is placed at the end of the paper. First one, we have the in-text citations. So a reference within the main body of the text and refers to a direct quote or paraphrase. It includes the surname of the author and the year of publication only if you are referring an idea from another work. So let us look with the example. First one, having one author. So as you can see, we have the surname of the author. The surname of the author is Almonte. And then, the year of publication or the time when it is published or produced is on 2015. And then, as you can see, we are using quotation marks to enclose the exact idea that he shared. And at the latter part, we have the page number from where the quotation is taken. So, please look at the pattern, and that is the best way to cite one author and in-text citation. Again, we have the author's surname, the year of publication, and then the page number where the quotation is taken from. What if we have two authors? So let's take a look with the example given. So as you can see, we just use and in order for us to cite the two authors. We have Almonte and Flandres. But make sure that it is alphabetically arranged. Almonte must come first before Flandres. How about we have three or more authors? One should capitalize his or her strength and recognize weaknesses. So we have three authors, Almonte, Flandres, and this is what we call as ampersand. And then we have Hermosa. Then the date it is published. As you can see, it is alphabetically arranged. So take note of that. The authors, regardless of how many they are, it must be alphabetically arranged followed by the date of its publication. Next one is citing at the end of the sentence. For the example, one should capitalize his or her strength and recognize weaknesses. That is according to Almonte et al. 2015. Just like what I told you earlier, the authors must be alphabetically arranged. And take a look at this. We use et al. Instead of stating the other authors. And then, we have the date when it is published. So use the most appropriate reporting verb depending on the intended purpose of the author. So what are the verbs that we can use whenever we are citing some ideas from the authors? So we have said that, stated that, explains that, further suggests that. So always remember that there are appropriate verbs to be used. Since we are done discussing about the in-text citation, let's move on with referencing an authored book with one author. So what are the general format? We have the author or the person who writes the idea, the date of publication, when it is published, the title of the book, place of publication, and then the publisher. So who is the publisher? This is the company who made the printing and dissemination possible. So let's take a look with the example. By the way, whenever you are using APA style in formatting, you just have to follow the following format accordingly. First, we have the author. We have Campo PC since we are referring to only one author. And then the year of publication when it is published, 2013. Then we have the book title, Science 8. And then we have the place of publication, which is in Pasig City, having the publisher of Bibal Publishing. Next, we have referencing an online source. So we have the last name, first name, middle initial, then we have the year, month, date of publish, article title or page title, retrieve, month, day, year from full URL. So for you not to be confused, let us define the following terms first. We have the author or the writer of the ideas. Then we have the year of publication, when it is published. Next, place of publication, the place where the book is being published or printed. Next, we have the publisher or the company who made the printing and dissemination possible. Retrieve, what do you mean by retrieve? It is the time when you use the said information, then URL stands for Uniform Resource Locator. So that is the one you are copying. Again, for this lesson, all you have to do is to remember the format and don't get confused. Know when to use the proper punctuation and capitalization or else your citation will be marked wrong. That ends our discussion for today. Again, when we say APA, it stands for American Psychological Association, which is the most commonly used in citing references. But why do we need to know the proper way of citing them? It is because using others' intellectual property without asking their permission and acknowledging them may lead to serious case, which is plagiarism. When we say plagiarism, you are presenting someone's work without their consent. So again, thank you so much, and I would like to acknowledge the Division Office of Marikina for providing the module, and the credits goes to its writer. Again, this is Teacher Len, and have a nice day.